Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over. On this podcast, we talk about everything from dating and relationships to personal development. We also speak very candidly about the F word, and by that, I mean failure. So grab a pen, tag a friend, and let's talk about it. All of it. Undergoing, overcoming, and simply trying to make it through. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over podcast. And I'm your host, Kayla, and I am so excited that you have found your way back to my platform. Can you ladies believe that it is already November? Like, seriously, where did the year go? And so I'm sure in your city, the stores are filled with Christmas trees and ornaments, and all the Thanksgiving spreads are on the end caps of the aisles. Your coworkers are buzzing around, and you're starting to hear Christmas music, and people are rushing in the hustle and bustle of the season, and all seems to be merry and bright. But I particularly know because I've experienced it. For the girl who's starting over, for the girl who is resecuring her footing, who's exiting a relationship, who has experienced a major setback or a major failure, these next couple of holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, can be a time of extreme stress, and it's not so holly jolly. And I want to take a moment over the month of November and as we go into December to truly honor and recognize the spot that you're in, to hold space for you if you are not experiencing the joy of this season, to let you know that that's okay, to let you know that you don't have to wear a mask, you don't have to force yourself to be happy or to do all of the things that you typically do just to get them done or go through the motions. You get the opportunity to start new traditions or to bow out of things that just make you incredibly uncomfortable or going to cause you emotional turmoil or stress. I want to give you permission to do that. I want to give you permission to honor yourself. So while so many people are happy, that whole children laughing, people passing thing, many of us are experiencing high levels of anxiety, feelings of failure or loneliness, feelings of inadequacy and depression, and a lot of stress related to delayed dreams or goals. I remember there was a time where I had been in a relationship for nearly 7 years. And every Christmas, I'm scrolling through social media and everybody's getting engaged. They're buying houses. There's baby announcements, like getting new cars, like all kinds of incredibly wonderful news. And it made me feel so, why me? What's wrong with me? Why hasn't he asked me yet? When am I going to get a house? When am I going to get to have the baby? When is it going to be my time? It made me feel so down. And so I see you. I remember the year that I got a divorce and everybody's taking all these couples pictures and everybody's in their matching pajamas. And I did not want to get out of the bed. I see you, sis, because I've been there. And I want you to know that this too shall pass, and that you get to breathe. You get to take one day at a time. You don't have to feel jolly. You do not have to be excited for turkey time. You get to feel the emotions that you're feeling, and your emotions are valid. So I'm going to keep things super light for you today. I've got 2 tips to help you prepare for this season that's coming in. And I want to let you know in advance, I will be doing a masterclass this season before Thanksgiving to give you some major strategies for mastering your emotions and for standing your ground this season when you go home. It's really difficult to continue your healing in the same environment that broke you. And so we'll talk a lot about that this month. But today's 2 tips are, first things first, if you have failed at something this year and you're going home and your family may not know, or your family has some idea, but they're not aware, you feel like you've experienced a failure, I want you to know it is okay to be down or sad about what didn't happen. It's okay for you to grieve that experience, to grieve what you wanted and longed for, what you thought would be. And then I want you to also consider that failure is an opportunity to learn. We can learn from this experience and you can try again, or you can try something new. This is your life. and you set the rules, you set the tone, you decide. If you've experienced a major failure, I recommend that you're very upfront about your hiccup. It's going to help you later. It's conflict delayed is conflict amplified. And so if you're not honest about it, then later on it's going to come up and it's going to cause even more stress. But what you do get to decide is what you will and will not discuss about it. You do not have to go into deep detail if you failed the LSAT or you didn't pass your NCLEX or you didn't get through your esthetician classes. Like whatever it is, if you did not make the cut, that is between you and the people that are, facilitating your classes, your testing. That's your life. You don't have to detail that for anybody. And you get to decide how much of that you will discuss and what you won't discuss. And I want you to come up right now with some boundaries around that. And you can simply say, I didn't make it this time and I don't really want to talk about it. Tell me a little bit more about this new car you've got. Transition that conversation back to that person. And if they're pushy, you can let them know you're really being pushy and I would appreciate it if you respect my boundary. It's okay to say that. And I know that when you go home, that inner child, it gets activated and you relapse into the person that you were. But I need you to hold tight to this woman that you've been building all year long because she's there to protect the inner child now, okay? So just remember that if you failed at something, you get to create boundaries around it. You get to decide what you're going to discuss, and you get to remember that that's just a chapter of your book. That's not the whole story, and you have the opportunity to change it. The next thing that I want you to do, I guess, is 3 tips. The next thing that I want you to do is really take some time to step up your self-care. Really take some time to step up your self-care. Now is the time for you to be getting those massages, to be doing those face masks, to be really diving in and eating well, wearing clothes that fit so you're not like obsessing over your weight or the way that you look, to really take some time to plan, to recharge and actually do it. So taking those naps, reading those books, doing those things that you love. If you don't know what you love, I recommend you going back through the podcast, reach out to me, say, hey, Kayla, can you send me the links to some of your content so I can start learning what I love again? Because now is the time for you to pour into you, because all around you, you're going to be watching and seeing people getting poured into. And so it's important that you take that time to pour into yourself, and you do that in the form of whatever your love language is. Okay? So if you are a physical touch person, it might be massages. If you're a quality time person, it might be just scheduling aside some time to spend time with your family or your kids or your partner or whatever it is. But scheduling that time in so you can make sure you get it. But love on yourself a little extra right now. And I've been saying that a lot frequently, but I know as we go into these months, this is where stuff gets sticky and you start questioning your value and your worth. Finally, I want you to set reminders to pop up on your phone daily or weekly, or put sticky notes on your bathroom mirror to remind you and to affirm who you are. Affirm who you are. When my alarm goes off in the morning, it's 5:15 in the morning. The alarm says, time to take on the world, right? And then I have a reminder that comes on at about 11:50 and it says, I'm currently creating the life that I want, right? You could say something like, truth is, it's not too late and I definitely have time. You could have on your bathroom mirror, mine says, don't believe me, just watch, right? That's what's the sticky note that's on my mirror. Yours might say, you're doing great. You've worked through some really tough crap this year and you're still standing. Write out some affirmations, put them on your phone, put them on your mirror, put them on the refrigerator, put them in your cubicle, sit them at your desk, pop them up so that you are constantly affirmed in who you are. Do not allow the joy of this season and comparison to rob you of all the progress that you've made so far. I love you. I want the best for you, and we will get through this season together. Let's talk soon, girl. Well, gorgeous girl, that's a wrap for this episode. I hope you found value, insight, or strength. I hope something was said that gave you the courage to push on a little while longer toward the life of your dreams. If you felt motivated during this segment, screenshot this and throw it in your stories and tag me on social. That way we can keep the message going. Have an excellent day on purpose, and we, girl, will talk in